Well, thank you for joining us today, Nicole. Really, really excited to hear from you. Nicole's a recent graduate of our Blissful Breadwinner program. So, Nicole, why don't you introduce yourself to everyone? Let us know a little bit about you.
Sure. Hi. So I'm Nicole. I've been a public servant for over 10 years and worked in lots of different roles. I'm a PhD candidate, so I balance my time between uni and work, and I'm a mother of two, so life is really busy for me. Excited to have lots going on, I guess. Lots positive about.
We wouldn't have it any other way, would we? That's the way we roll. That's the way we roll. So let me ask, let's cut straight to the chase. We're all time poor. What have you got out of this program? What have been your results?
Look, so much. I definitely have grown in confidence. I always thought I was pretty confident, particularly in the work context, but I guess I hadn't realised how my work context and my life context just weren't quite syncing up, and that was making it really difficult to be my best and to get the most out of life, really. So I think I also found value. I used to look at my value as my achievements and what I was able to do. So very much put my value in recognition and what people were telling me I was doing well. And then, of course, that doesn't always happen. So would find, and at the end of last year, I had a moment at work where I was feeling really quite low in terms of my value. And so the program has really helped me to reframe all of that thinking and to see that what I do is of value, both at work and at home. So it's just really helped me to, I guess, change the way I look at myself and change the way I look at or the meaning I create around what people say or how people act around me. It's not always a reflection of me. It just helped me to be more confident and to put forward what I need in situations.
And since you joined the program, there's been a bit of news on the work front.
Great news on the work front. I actually applied for this job that I really wanted last year, and I just missed out on the job. And I think at the time I didn't actually think that I was deserving of the job either. So I wasn't too disappointed that I missed out. I just thought, that was nice to get so close. But since then, I now have that job, and I start on Monday, and I'm super excited. And they basically came back to me and said, we'd really like you to do that job. So, and now I feel like it's a much better place because I've done the program, I'm more confident. I feel like, I do deserve this job and I'm going to do a great job. So, the timing has just been perfect.
Oh, that's so fabulous. So let's talk about, where were you before you started? What kind of was going on in your life? And you mentioned you weren't feeling confident, but talk to me about where were you? What was going on?
Yeah, I think I was just a little bit lost. I think professionally, I was on this sort of great career pathway and sort of moving forward at a pretty decent rate. As I said, I felt like I was confident, but then it didn't really take very much to knock my confidence or to make me question my sense of value. And then I think in the work context, I felt almost like a different person. In the home context, I felt almost like a different person. I wasn't as confident. And I think as a mum, you kind of always want to put your kids first. And so I was spending a lot of time, I guess, just trying to look after everybody else. And I wasn't really looking after myself. So I kind of felt like I had these two personalities or two lives going on that, it just made life really challenging.
Yeah. And how did that make you feel in general? What was kind of, if you were to say, what emotions were going through your head on a daily basis, where were you kind of living?
Yeah, I think I remember the first conversation I had with you, Joe, and I was really focused on, I was feeling really resentful. And I think it was because I knew professionally I wanted to be doing more than I was doing, but I had all of this resentfulness because I thought, why should I be doing more when, I'm carrying quite a lot of the weight of everything at home. So I think, definitely resentment was a really big challenge for me to get over and to start thinking that, things are the way they are because I've been part of creating that as well. So if I want things to be different, then I have to actually change the way things are at home so that I can do what feel capable of doing at work.
Yeah. And what was the catalyst for change? What made you say, you know what, I'm feeling resentful, I've got these kind of two lives. What made you say, right, I've got to fix this? What was the catalyst? Because you've obviously been doing it for a while.
Yeah. I think there was probably a number of things that just kind of converged. And I think I just got to a point where I'm normally a pretty relaxed, pretty peaceful person. And I started feeling this sort of constant frustration and resentment. And then I think when I had an incident at work where I didn't get the outcome that I was looking for, and that kind of made me realize that I had put so many of my eggs in the one basket of work. If work's going well, then life goes well. And it really just didn't take very much to tip that over. So I realized that actually I need to do something about the way I'm feeling more generally about life. And, it was one of those just incredible timing things, because I was just sitting at home feeling these feelings, and one of your webinars popped up on Facebook, and it just spoke to me so well. And I just went, wow, that is me. And I really need to do something about this.
Awesome. And what had you tried beforehand? Because you're intelligent, you're not just kind of been sitting there going, woe is me. What had you tried beforehand before you came to work?
Look, I've done so many different coaching programs, leadership programs, and, anything that's out there, I've basically done it. And actually, I was talking with my supervisor just before this program came up about what next. And we really couldn't think about what would be next, because I've kind of done it all. But there was nothing really covers off what this program covers off. They all focus on, I guess, the skills for leadership, but not necessarily the qualities or characteristics, or it's just changing how you think, or that really holistic view of your situation and how work and home life really interact with each other. So I basically tried everything else, all of the leadership programs, coaching, mentoring, all the rest of it, but nothing quite like this.
Fabulous. And then so you mentioned you found us on Facebook. Is that where you found us?
Yeah. It was, one of those amazing universe moments where the webinar just popped up, and it was literally, this webinar is starting in 5 minutes. And I went, okay. So I did it, and I just, from that moment, I just knew I had to do something more in this, because everything that you were talking about just resonated so much around, just the ways of thinking and the impact that has on the way you interact at work and at home. And so that's how I found you.
And then was there anything crazy I asked you to do when you first came in the program? Was there anything I asked you to do in, the first couple of weeks that you went, oh my God, this woman's nuts?
Yes, my 50 stack. So people don't know what that is. You asked me to write 50 reasons why I deserve to be happy, which sounds so simple when you put it like that. But I have to say, I couldn't think of a single one at that point. It was really challenging. I did some crowdsourcing. I asked friends why I deserve to be happy. Thought I was very clever, pulling together a list of 30 based on, what my friends had said. Until one of them said, actually, that's just our list for you. You haven't done any of that yourself. So, a few people holding me to account, and I'm very proud to say I now have my 50 stack complete with 50 reasons why I deserve to be happy, and actually believe that they're true. So that's good.
Wow. And then where are you today? So you mentioned you're more confident. What does the future hold? What words might you use to describe your future now?
Hopeful. I feel really hopeful. I don't know what the future holds, to be honest, and that doesn't worry me so much as it did, because I know it will be good. So I'm working a lot of things out at home to make home life work better, and professionally I'm about to start this new job, so I'm really excited about that. But it's an executive contract, so there's a lot of uncertainty with that as well, because they're not permanent appointments, obviously, but I feel really confident, and I feel like I'll do a good job. I'll do my best. That's all I can do. And whatever comes out of it, it will be good. So hopeful is probably the word that I would describe at the moment.
Wow, which is a bit of a change from where you were 8 weeks ago.
Yeah, big change from resentment to hopeful.
Awesome. And then what would you say if there's somebody listening to this thinking, oh, I've never heard of Jo, what you're going on about, like you, I've tried everything, is this going to work for me? What would you say to them?
I would probably just say, it's really easy for me to say this has literally changed my life, but it has changed my life. And I just, people just need to give that a go for themselves, because I think investing in yourself is so important, and the future will only be what you make it. So, and I used to always say this to myself. I never really believed it, I guess, but if you always do what you've always done, you're always going to get the same thing. So, for the first time, I guess I'm doing something different, and things are changing in a really, really positive way.
Oh, that's so awesome. I'm so proud of everything you've achieved. You've been an absolutely rock star member of the team, got on well with everybody, done all the work. So hats off to you. You've done the work and got the results. So fabulous job. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you.
Thanks, Jo.